My name is Arun Kumar and I am the driver. Welcome to Driven Diary episode 72. This is a freaking big episode, let me tell you. First of all, Driven Diary, if you've never been here before, is the documentation of my life as I build a $1 billion automotive service business called Driven Auto Co. Driven Auto Co. is made up of two companies. Driven Performance Advisors, which I founded in 2018 as a consulting firm focused on business strategy and mergers and acquisitions for the automotive aftermarket. And then Driven Auto Care, which I'm standing in location number 1 right now, is a chain of automotive service businesses. The consulting firm funds the growth of Driven Auto Care, which I will grow into a $1 billion automotive service business. We currently have 2 locations and we're buying a third at the end of February, and it's currently January 2025. In this week's episode, I buy 2 cars. It's currently Sunday of the week that I bought both of these cars. The first car I bought, I might be trying to get out of that deal because I found a much better one that I want instead, so we'll see how that goes. What else happened this week? I'm trying to balance entrepreneurship with a newborn. I've got a 5-week-old son at home, and I start a new project this week in addition to the new project of agreeing on buying shop number 3. So with all that said, I hope you are excited for this episode. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get to the video. Monday morning. We have ourselves a very, very foggy Monday morning here on a weird new commute. So this is not a long-term thing. This is a short-term thing, probably, where I will be commuting to South San Francisco once or twice a week for a new client, a new Driven Performance Advisors client, and I'm very excited to be doing that. And yeah, that's what we're doing today. I'm going to be out there for a lot of the day, back home. Still working on scheduling with Evelyn so that we can be on the same page for when I need to be home, what I need to be home for, what responsibilities I'm taking on for childcare. And it's a balance for sure. I'm continuing to work on that for myself, but there's work to be done, money to be made, legacy to be built. So making sure that I prioritize that as well. That's all for now. So what you just saw there was a 2012 Land Rover LR4. I bought it. I don't have it yet. It's in Seattle, but I bought it. And I'm currently trying to get out of it, but if I do end up keeping it, it's not the end of the world. Now, it is a V8. They made the V8 from, I believe, 2010 till 2013. It is the slightly more reliable one, although in general, Land Rovers are not known for their reliability, but this one's had a lot of work done to it. It's a good car. I'm kind of excited to own it. But the one I want instead is like a way better spec, so I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I bought it. It should be shipped down here next week. I'm excited for it. Tuesday, 1:15 p.m. Currently driving from Fremont to Campbell. We had a pediatrician appointment this morning, Rainier's 1-month checkup, and he is doing well. Evelyn and I are getting a bit more clarity, or I guess I should say I am getting a bit more clarity on what the needs are for my time for childcare. And it's a question I'm still asking myself. Of all these high-performing, high-strung entrepreneur parents, how are they reconciling the time spent with their kid versus time spent on their business? That's just a question I'm asking, because I'm struggling to do it. And I think some of it comes down to the question of, where am I driving the most value with my time? And is it feeding my son, or is it something else? holding a bottle for him might be different in my mind than it is in my wife's mind, or in my son's mind when he's able to make memories down the road. And I see a lot of value in shaping his mind in the future. Right now, that's not very much of that happening. So I'm trying to reconcile that for having a newborn in my head. And similar to when I was in college, and I really was looking forward to getting out into the working world, and I successfully did that, and I did realize the significantly better fit that the real world was compared to college. I wonder if that same thing will happen again, and that I just have to go through these periods of friction in order to get there. Yesterday I had a good client meeting with my new Driven Performance Advisors client. We are kicking off a couple of projects for Schwartz Advisors right now, and I'm running between shops. I got to check on the new tech that started yesterday down in Campbell, so I'm headed down to Campbell. I look forward to seeing more traction coming from the new marketing company, and I have spoken with a very senior marketing strategist this morning about bringing him on as a consultant to help me with marketing strategy, because although I have a marketing agency handling the website and the Google ads and everything, I want myself to get more organized, and that means I need some help, because I'm not very organized in this way, and I really want to really get some traction on my own efforts tied to marketing, to make sure that we are really doing our best to build the brand from a social media, online presence, local marketing presence, like all that stuff is super important. So that's what I got for now. Tuesday afternoon, I'm freshly caffeinated. I bought a car yesterday also. So I got all the paperwork signed. I think I filmed a short clip you would have seen recently here. But that's all for now. Okay, so that's my Explorer that you just saw in the Campbell shop. It's there because the water pump's leaking, and it was found to be leaking, I think, towards the end of November, and I wanted to get it fully reliable before my son was born, which happened on December 4th. It is currently January 12th. This is the thing that happens when you're a shop owner, is the camera goes out of focus on you, but also, you put your own car in the shop when it's slow and you want your car to get fixed. Great. You think it should be able to get done rather efficiently because the shop is slow. Of course, as soon as you put your car in the shop, you get really busy. This happens every single time. It's quite annoying. Now, in this case, finally, we are focused on the Explorer again. It's a huge job to reseal the water pump on this car. It's a timing chain driven water pump. It's behind the timing cover. It's like a 20-hour job. You almost have to pull the engine out of the car, but you don't. And we're almost done. It's Wednesday afternoon, and it's been a weird day. I bought a fancy watch, bought the most expensive watch I ever have, and I did it kind of haphazardly. Yesterday, Evelyn and I decided not to buy a house in South Dakota cash, so I have some extra cash. And one of the things I did was buy a watch, because I can. It motivates me to keep pursuing new opportunities for consulting work, to keep bolstering cash flow, and motivates me to keep making the shops better. And so I'm trying to do that, and keep morale up in Campbell, where we're really slow, and the new tech started on Monday, and the tech that's already there called in sick 3 days in a row, so trying to keep him busy, and then trying to make sure the team in Fremont is working cohesively on what is now quite a busy period. I wired in the deposit for the new shop that I agreed to buy. Did I already mention that on the call? No. I agreed to buy a third shop. It's in San Ramon, closing at the end of February, hopefully, and then I'll have 3. So wired in the deposit for that, and then I'm looking for Murcielago. Booked a flight to go check one out in Southern California, but supposedly there are others on the market that would better suit what I'm looking for, and I'm putting out Instagram stories and trying to find it on Facebook, and somebody said there's this Facebook group where people are posting this yellow one. They're asking very little money because it's salvage title, and even for salvage title they're asking very little money, and I'm interested. So lots of Mercy coupes around. It's just a matter of finding one that I can fit in my budget. I think that's gonna be all for now. Plenty going on. That's all. Like, I've spent a lot of money today. I feel a little like scared and like I'm going into another risky period, which I am, and that's fine. That's what I like to do. I like betting on myself. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm going back to the Fremont shop right now, towing the loaner Camry that's been sitting dormant in Campbell for a long time. Nobody in Campbell wants a loaner car, so I'm taking it back to Fremont, where they are quite busy and need more loaner cars. And then I have a meeting with Will, the photographer and videographer, to see if he wants to work together on some bit more marketing work. So that's all for now. All right, let's talk. It's Thursday morning, and I decided, I guess you could say, yesterday that I should begin planning to offload this and get a Mercy. I had booked a trip to go see a Mercy on Tuesday next week, and then I thought about it, and I thought, you know, I should see what else is out there. Well, what actually happened is I went to one of my dealer friends and asked for a trade-in value on this, and he lowballed me really hard. So I will be trying to sell it separately. And he mentioned an off-market Mercy opportunity for sale, which got me inspired to go look for other off-market Mercies for sale that aren't being marketed very well. And Ed Bolian referred me to a yellow, formerly Rosso Vic, my favorite Lamborghini color, car in New Jersey that's being listed as a salvage title 2008 LP640 with 16,000 miles. That is for sale, and I could buy it cash. It's for sale very low. So I have been in touch with the seller. I have booked a flight to New Jersey, but I haven't gotten confirmation from the seller whether Saturday would work to go look at it, so we'll see what happens there. And I am waiting for the shop where he's had it serviced in the past to call me back or to answer the phone so that I can talk with them about what they think of the condition of the car. But I'm going to go look at it, hopefully drive it or ride in it in New Jersey in a couple days here. Take a red eye out to New Jersey on Friday night. We'll see. Or it's already sold because I got there about a day late to the listing, and it is a very good deal, I think. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm very amped about it. I've had a lot of caffeine this morning. You might be able to tell I'm trying very hard to talk slowly. So that's where we're at. That's all for now. Okay, so I got coilovers on my Passat. That's about all there is to say about that. The new guy had very little work to do in Campbell, so I gave him coilovers for my Passat. Okay, the rest of this video is serious. What do I mean by that? I mean that the Lamborghini Murcielago is one of my childhood dream cars. And I can afford right now to write a check for the guy's asking price for this yellow Murcielago in New Jersey. So that's one factor here. I can afford it. Factor number 2, I wasn't supposed to be traveling. I have a 5-week-old kid at home. My wife needs all the help she can get. And for me to take a day away to fly across the country to look at a car is not normally something that she would be particularly comfortable with, and I wouldn't really be particularly comfortable asking her about. However, this situation came up very quickly. This situation was urgent. This car was listed for a very good deal. And it was real. It was not too good to be true. And I saw the opportunity. Ed Bolian pointed the car out to me. I went and found it on Facebook. I messaged the guy. I made the plan to travel out to him. And I already had a trip booked to go to Southern California next week to look at another car, which I would have needed a loan for. And that one would have been a big stretch. It was about $100,000 more was the listing price. So this car was really like the only opportunity that I had. And so I talked to my wife about it, and I asked her what she thought. Should I even entertain the idea of this salvage title, repainted in the wrong color, kind of sketchy sounding deal all the way across the country? Or should I go look at the one that is in very good condition, that would need a lot less sort of modification to make it what I want, but that costs $100,000 more down in Southern California? And she said, well, you're going to keep this car forever, right? This is one of your dream cars. And I said, yes. And she said, well, then go get the salvage title one, if it is a deal, if it is truly what it is advertised to be, and the only way you're going to figure that out is to go there, so go there. Now, that meant a lot to me. That really did. And she is extremely supportive of me taking action that scares me, but that is what I need to do. And she's done this on a few occasions with me in my life, where she's been the one to say, you need to do this, go do this. And she gives me the license to not think about certain implications. And it means a lot. It means that the risk that I take is worthwhile to the family, and she's come to trust that when I take these risks, it works out for us. So for now, she's got a much happier version of me, because as you're about to see, I bought the car. I flew out to a very snowy New Jersey, 25 degrees, and we finished the deal, signed some paperwork in this guy's mansion, absolutely incredible house, spent some of the day together while we waited for my tow truck to arrive to take the car to a dealership that will be doing a quick once-over and then shipping it to me in California. And then I fly back home. And I will also mention on the flight out there, I flew to LAX first. I got to see some of the insane fires going on there. It is certainly quite tragic and intense what's going on there, but very once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see it from the air like that. My flights were delayed. There were all these animals involved in my travels, but at the end of the day, the car ended up on a tow truck, and I will have it here, hopefully, for the next video. But I hope you enjoyed the upcoming clips here, and I'll see you for the outro. So I bought a Murcielago today. And that's it for Driven Diary episode 72. It's a beautiful car. It's not the right color. It's supposed to be a deep red metallic, and I will paint it back to that color eventually. But I am super grateful for my life today. You know, I'm 29 years old. I made almost $1 million in 2024. I could afford a Murcielago, and I paid cash for it. I have the title. It's a pretty incredible situation that I find myself in today. So that's about it for this week's episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like so I show up higher in the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss next week's Driven Diary. And leave a comment if you have any questions or feedback about the episode. Until next week, I hope you can please go out and continue to pursue your own automotive dreams. I hope you see that I'm a testament to the fact that it is absolutely freaking possible as long as you stay driven.